What is the name of this?
This is the rules of review and legislative
Modernization. You know, it has modernization.
Form's not even in the title.
Hello, what do we have here? Mr. Grimm, Mr. Ricard, let's see.
We got four. That's a four.
1, 2,
Five's a quorum.
4. Oh, we got Andrew.
We have them recorded.
We're good.
Bill, you need this?
Andrew is.
Andrew.
Bill and Andrew need that.
The only committee I'm on.
Mark's up.
Welcome to the Rules Reform and Legislative Modernization Committee. Today is
Sorry.
Wednesday, October 26th, and it is way after the time of start. So, the first order of business will be taking attendance. I'm Lynn Lakakis, Jeff Kuhn,
Here.
Mark Grimm,
Here.
Andrew Joyce,
Here.
Matt Miller, Joseph is excused, Jeff Pearlie is excused, Bill Ricard,
Present.
Wanda Willingham. Okay, 6 present? I think 6 present. Thank you very much. I believe our first order of business is to reflect on the minutes of the last meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve.
All right, and Bill's gonna second to that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Alrighty. And our next order of business, which I cannot pull up on my trusty laptop, is to look at this codification public hearing, and so therefore, let us. Public hearing on proposed local law number O, local law of the County of Albany regarding the adoption of the Code of Albany County.
I'll make a motion to approve local law number O.
Number O, yeah.
This is the hearing?
This is public
For the
hearing.
public hearing.
Public hearing.
The codification. Okay. All in favors?
Aye.
All right, you all were in the room, so you all talked about it already, so I guess I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Oh, no, I got
Wait,
questions.
we gotta
Say
move.
it fast.
Oh, yeah,
we're just
we have to
having
say
the-
it was passed.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Motion passes, and then we have to table the second one, right? So,
Oh, we're not done.
local law O of the County of Albany, New York, for adopting the Code of Albany County. There's a word missing in there somewhere. But, a motion to
Oh, wait a minute.
table?
So where's the, this is, because am I looking at, no, I got the wrong thing. Where's this at?
Well, here, you go look at mine.
This is the problem. You've been looking
I just did the,
electronic all
Why is
day.
mine different?
Now I've got to look at paper.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay. It's two different, you know what? I was over here.
All right, so
Oh,
there's
yeah.
just 2
That's-
items of current business. One is the public hearing, and one is the law will be tabled. But I don't need a motion to table, we'll just table it.
Table pending public hearing.
Mr.
Can I have
Joyce? Mr. Joyce, did you have something?
No, I just wanted to credit the Office of Majority, Democratic Majority for their work. The county clerk did a lot of work on this, and Collins, people that came before us, so we're excited to get to work on this, and in addition to the administrative code for the county, hopefully this committee can look at, our legislative rules of order going forward, bringing those into modern times and everything else we do, and all the good work associated with it, so thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Joyce, for your kind words. I guess I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Madam Chair, I have some questions.
Yes, Mr. Grimm?
I just wanted to be clear, the thing we got this afternoon from Rebecca is the changes you've made already.
Yes, these are the changes that are incorporated into the code as you have received it.
So you have
So
made
these are the
2 things.
decisions we made internally.
Right,
Not
Schedule
everyone
A?
got the change,
Okay,
the
sorry.
first
Schedule A is the changes that were made, and they're mostly, cleaning.
generic.
House cleaning kind
Oh,
of things.
did you have to go through the whole code? And see
Yes.
what's outdated and what isn't?
So,
Yeah,
there's another
we worked
100.
with the
That's like
consultant to go
hundreds
through,
of
we
pages.
had 168 pages of questions
Oh.
that took many, many, many months to go through with
I about
the
to say.
chair's office and minority council, yes.
That's why they've been working for so long.
That's why
Yeah,
it took
we
so long.
kind of have to depend on you because it says this local law, this sentence from that law, this sentence from that law.
I can assure you, in the list of code changes, the things that we changed are only things that were repealed or preempted by state law. Things where the name of the board was wholly different because they wrote this law 30 years ago. Like the planning department changed to economic and whatever else it is, that sort of thing. We didn't change anything that did not, that was really substantive. We left everything substantive for later discussion because we figured everyone would want to be involved in that.
And so it's,
I'm sorry.
it's ministerial. But it's a
Essentially.
ton- God bless you all, that's a ton of work. But like this says, we repeal local law for residency restrictions for sex offenders, for minors. Is that because there's a state law?
Yes, it's been superseded.
If you look at that front list, it shows how progressive this body has been over the years. It's a testament.
You were ahead of the curve.
We were ahead of the game.
So there also is a list that will be coming out that has all the things that are contentious or are things that we'll have to discuss or that we'll have to amend and pass laws about to
Okay.
clarify. And we'll have to go through those chunk by
Piece by
chunk,
piece.
or maybe even one by one, depending how large they are. So we're gonna take a look at the list and decide how to move forward with that. I'll try to talk to you about it.
So don't we need to though, like, as a legislature, I would think that you would present to us all these, you know, cleanups to sanitize things, and that we would have to enact that.
That's what
We're going to,
doing.
the thing is
Oh.
that, that's for the future. That has to all be done separately by separate local laws, because you can only have one topic of interest per local law, except when you're adopting a code. So we can adopt this now with all of these changes in it. It's just that because we didn't want to have a huge fight that takes like months or years to enact the code in the first place, so we left contentious issues, or honestly, we left fee structure. Some fees in the code are like $5,
Right.
going back to the 70s. Obviously, we want to change that. We want to set up a whole structure system. So anything more substantive, we left because we knew the legislative body would want to be involved in it. This
So
is just the ministerial.
When we ultimately, as a legislature, approve local law O, in part of what we're gonna be doing is adopting all these cleanups that you guys have done to the code.
Yep, and then all the deferrals will be left for another day.
And the way I understand is if we do that, then we're able to do the more substantive things.
Yeah.
Because we have done that already. If we
And it-
don't do that, then we have to keep grinding the axe, you know,
Yes.
during the whole.
Gotcha.
Okay, so this is
Sorry,
things
Alana.
that had already happened. Correct me.
These are the things that are
When I say-
already encompassed in the code as presented. So it's not been adopted because you haven't adopted.
Okay, so.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I jumped the gun, you know that.
Slow down. Okay, so these were already in the code, but they were, corrections had not been made, such as when we changed a fee. You know, and already, now it costs $10, but it's still, in the book or whatever you want to call it, it still said $5.
Well, we don't currently have a code at all. All we have are just piles and piles and piles of local laws and then amendments to them. Like, I think you saw when you asked me to send you all of the local laws that changed something.
Yeah,
And
the
it was,
human rights
yes,
law.
yes, and it came up with like 5 different laws and all of them referenced each other. And it was like local law 7 of whatever, amending local law 8 of
Okay.
70, amending,
So now, this is like our own rules and regulations?
yep, it's our own code book.
Okay, so now, with that said, all right, when there was a charter review, okay, are we getting back to that at some point?
Charter's already online, it's already been reviewed. You
can read
can
the
anytime you want to. Okay, never mind.
There was a charter review committee, commission, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, okay. For those of you who don't know it,
Yeah.
you know.
I do not know.
This was one of their recommendations, that we create the code.
I'm gonna do like you, what'd you say?
One of their recommendations was that we create this code, right, back in 2015?
Adoption of administrative
Yeah.
code, yes.
Yeah, so it's like one of the first steps.
But there was a whole lot of other stuff that was in there that
We're gonna do that.
That stuff's not, those are two separate and distinct things. This is just the adoption of the code itself. And just as a point of reference, the items that were left for later discussion for legislators to debate on are items of substance that speak more to policy and not to administrative or Scribner's changes that we can make as far as, planning becoming economic development, conservation and planning, those types of changes.
Okay, all right. So now, if I was to look at, go into one of those 14A, one of those law books or something, it'll tell me if a change was made. Is that what this is doing now? When you amend something and it goes on and on and on, each time a change is, or amendment is made in the, is that what this is, the code is? It's making those changes now? And you know where the change was made?
Not really. It's encompassing everything that's already been together and putting it in code form. So it's grouping it by like all laws that relate to smoking, all laws that relate to sex offenders, all laws that relate to taxes. And then, so it's much easier to search, it's much easier to find things, and then also it's much easier to change. So it also doesn't,
So as there are changes after the adoption of the code, if there's, we want to amend a certain section, then that new amendment will be incorporated into the code at a regular intervals. I believe it's either every 6 months or every year. It'll be updated online It'll be available for the public and for the members as well. We have a printed version that'll also get inserts. But in those updates, it should say updated by provision such
Yeah.
and such.
It says updated by local law 7 of 2000 whatever.
Okay, so the black book that we used to get for
Yes.
each year,
Yes.
we gonna get one?
No,
don't
those
start
are,
getting rid of
those
it.
were the
Those are journals.
those were the legislative journals, which are separate and apart from the code itself.
Okay, hey, I still have the ones that I got.
But Wanda, so if your
Sure.
question is, so if I'm an employer in Albany County and I want to look at the code, see what rules have we passed that has to do with me as an employer, I can just go there and look now. Whereas right now,
It'll all be together too.
It'll all be
say
together,
employment
so-
law.
so this is going to make it easy for everybody.
So what number is this book? Or how would they find it on the?
There's a website, so people can search for it. It's not yet. I can send it to the legislators. You can look at it. It's all indexed, and Mr. Bergdorf was referencing that earlier. Or we have it in printed code. I can also send you a PDF version of the
Oh, that
online
would be
version. So you can look at everything. It's 1,000 pages approximately, FYI. But yeah, we just ask that you don't disseminate the website because it looks live. It is live, but it's not live. It hasn't been adopted, so we don't want the public to see it
So
yet.
this is in search form then, so.
Oh yeah, you can search by keyword. If you want to search tax or sex offender or whatever you want to search, you'll find it.
Well, that's rich.
So when we do future local laws, might we not say this will add this to the code or change this part of the code?
And how it works
like
is
the
all
way
you,
the state does?
yeah, all you have to do is
Right.
say
That's what I'm
amending,
looking
instead
at.
of amending local law 7 and amending local law 8, you just say amending code provision 112-6, and then you're done. It makes
And
it
I
so much
think
easier.
Ultimately, we probably will have a link from our website.
Yes.
To this thing.
As
so
soon
that
as it's
people will
enacted.
be able to find it very easily. Anybody can find it. I can
Okay.
find it.
So when I ask, this is our rules and regulations, okay, so I'll give it, for example, the retirement system has a law book, but then they have rules and regulations. Is that what this is?
No, these
it's
are,
not.
these are laws and then pertinent resolutions that affect countywide. So the code we don't have rules and regulations except insofar as it relates to, say, this body. The legislature has rules and regulations. Certain other,
Okay, I
like,
think
county
I said the wrong
departments.
thing. I'm trying to
Sorry.
remember the name of that book. But what this does, from the laws that we have made for how people are affected, whether it's businesses or whatever, this book is the ones that a business or whoever that might be regulated under some law that we passed. This is where they're gonna go to see exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it'll be
I
so
got it.
much clearer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Are we going to like print off one or a couple of hard copies, like in the libraries or something?
Well, we have hard copies for every legal agency in the county. All the legislative offices have them already. We each have our own hard copy. And then, like, laws getting one. We only got like 10 or 11 because they're like wildly expensive.
Good.
But we can print off anytime. You can
glad
download. One of the things that's beautiful about the website also is that you can download either in PDF or Word version any of the code provisions. So you can make changes very easily as well. But we can print them off and send them to you anytime.
So back to a point that he made. So within a local law, or it might even be a resolution, if there is a fee attached to something, or a fine attached to something, is there gonna be a reference in that law that tells people they can go to?
Yes, the fee schedule will be a separate thing because fee schedules typically get updated year to year based on costs and, increase in expenses and whatnot. So that's what we're looking to do. Right now, all of the laws just say $5 or $35 in them. So what we did was make reference to the Albany County Legislature will, in the near future, enact a fee schedule. We're gonna work through the executive's office for that so that it's relevant to each department. And it can be found, it would be found most likely on the county website.
About this book,
Oh, the book can be found just at that website.
but that information, this is what I'm trying to get at, so that people know where to go look.
It'll all be on the website,
Okay.
all in the same spot.
Oh, look, she brought us one.
See, isn't it beautiful?
So
Lynn,
nice.
It's gonna be much more functional electronic.
Oh, it's amazing.
I just want to say, yeah, because a 1,000-page book is not that useful.
No.
unless you have a really good search capability. And the problem is search capability, that's a very wide swath. I want the average citizen to say, I gotta know more about this resolution on my business. Type it in like someone who doesn't know government and get that page.
Yeah, check out the
That takes-
website. You'll see
Yeah.
it's very, very responsive.
Is
Yeah,
it
so-
E-codes? Is that what
It's
it-
e-codes,
Yes.
general code, yeah.
So that's like the.
It's what
sort of
everyone uses.
Standard
Yeah,
thing
in New York.
for local governments.
Because I,
It's
you know,
relatively user-friendly.
I do done a lot of research in different governments, and they vary.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
don't even have
Yeah.
codes. Or like, if you don't have electronic code, then you don't have a code. That's the way I look at it. But that search capability for the, I don't, for the average Joe or Jane, that's really important.
You're gonna go in there and you're gonna write styrofoam.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
It's gonna come up. You're gonna be
But
so
that, wouldn't
excited.
that be great if people, whatever side of the issue you're on, you can find out what the code is?
Yep.
It's good to be able to know what the law is.
Yeah, but especially since we didn't have a code, which is not good.
We've been doing this for.
Long time.
Well, you've been doing it way longer than us.
Thank you for all the workers
We
on
have
this.
a motion
'cause
on the
that's
table, I
tedious.
think. Was there a second?
It's already done.
Passed it.
Was
Yeah.
there a second?
We're just
Passed it.
discussing things.
That's good.
Now we're just talking.
All
Are we
right.
finished talking? You wanna talk more?
Okay, so.
I'm all talked out.
Look, Wanda wants to talk more. One moment.
Go ahead.
Please hold.
No, I'm not trying to hold anybody. I got the answers to my questions, because I know what this is. And this thing been bouncing around. You see,
Cameras.
before everybody, he's sitting here, let me just put
Phil
it like that.
Steck, I said Phil Steck. Had something.
Except me. And so this is, I don't think people really understand the magnitude of what has been accomplished. So I just want to,
Who had the laboring war on this? You guys?
We worked with Pat and Arnis some as well.
so I just want to thank the chairman for his leadership in this.
Yay.
Because
It's also
to make it, happen.
modernization, that's what we've really pushed, the chairman's behind this too, Amanda. This is really a modernization thing that really matters.
So, we will have some more work to do. Look forward to your agenda next month, and, I thank you for coming.
Motion to adjourn?
Second, Mr. Grimm, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair.